My name is Harry Lwanga. I've written poetry since I was a child, and my messages are usually based on hope. A lot of people don't realize, one, that it is a job like any other job. My biggest and strongest advice to artists is be real, be true to yourself, have discipline. My name is Harry the lungfish-man, Lwanga. I was born 13th April 1968, and it was a Good Friday morning. I was always, even as a child, very, very susceptible to feeling from music, from films, so I suspect the art in me grew. I've written poetry since I was a child. In my P7 vacation, I think, I landed on a poem called My Mother, and that set me off writing. Unfortunately, I lost my initial collection. Then there's a collection I burnt because I think it was saying too much about me, and now I regret it. And the music came much later. I actually think of myself as a bass player. When I'm playing bass with a band that knows what they're doing, there is not one moment as beautiful as that when I'm on stage playing bass. And I used to love playing with there's a like Afrigo's drummer now, Isaac Zimbe. Well, we played in different bands together. We've put bands together. Those were usually the best moments of my life, in the entirety of my life. I mean, apart from my children. And I must say now, my children are artists in their own way. My son is doing catering, and he plays a little bit of guitar. My daughter is climbing the steps of music and film. She's in Sanyu, and she does most of her music is gospel, but she sings and you grow goosebumps. Once I did a concert for Karunji, my daughter, and again there was a moment there. We were during rehearsals. They were doing this song, and it was like she was singing about, a man, another man, her lover, whatever. And, and somehow they kept it from me. When she did it at the performance, the song was actually about me, for me. As a father, it is something unforgettable. And she cried, and I almost cried, but I think my most memorable moment on stage, we used to have the Tasker Jazz Jam session at Sabrina's Wednesdays, and we were jamming with Mike Ouma, with a few other guys, and this one of the people I look up to came on stage. Samite Morondo. He just came on stage with a flute, and I feel as if I lost a moment because we never filmed it. It was not caught on camera. It was just one of those moments. I think that is one of my most memorable events on stage. As an artist, life has been good to me. I've worked with the best, with the very, very best musicians. I thank the Most High that I've been able to work with and learn from the great names. I've been on stage with all the great names you can think about, right from Eli Wamala, who we call Patro, but he really liked me, I think. Mwami Wasanyi Seru Kenya was a really good friend, and these are my father figures. Moses Matovu, Frank Malire, Hope Mukasa. I even lived in Hope Mukasa's house for a while. And all through those years, I worked with Bakaimbira in their Pride Band. I worked with Umaru Katumba and the Emitos. And those, we were miming. I would come from the band side and come and do the mime with them, which my musician friends felt was how can you be going to do that? What there's always learning. There's an experience in doing all that. I was on stage with Paulo Cafero in some of the Bakaimbira productions. I have worked with Philip Luswata. I didn't get to be on stage with Alex Mukuru, but he's also my friend and from whom I've learned a lot. So I'm truly grateful. I think where I come from a very strong point of an artist. And one of my teaching subjects in when I was a teacher was English and literature. And I know a lot of people seem to imagine that I walk into a shop and even before I say something, someone speaks to me in English. Naye Uganda ndumanyi ndi musajja Muganda ddala neddira mamba nze Serwanja Lwanga. And I also write poetry in Uganda. My music is influenced by, I think, my poetry, and my messages are usually based on hope, because progressively as the world is moving, it gets harder. But we must not lose hope. We must not lose direction. We must not forget who we are as human beings. And at the end of the day, I've always said this, that at the end of the day, when, I don't know how I will go, but I think I will say, yes, I did me, and I'd be happy. If I had to do this again, I would not change a thing at all. We grew up in very hard times, artistically, because of the insecurity then. But we learned to navigate it. It is sad that now, when there's a semblance of peace and creativity should be flourishing, it is not flourishing the way it should be. I think we've taken the shortcuts, which I refuse to take. And I know when I've had my concerts that even if I have 50 people, there are 50 people who are going to totally appreciate what I am doing, and that is enough. As an artist, there's a lot hardships. People think when you grab your guitar and you're playing and singing, you're in a bar, you're having a drink, and people are happy. A lot of people don't realize, one, that it is a job like any other job. The difference is that we are doing a job that we love. So we are in our element, and that gives it an edge. But it's a job like any other job, like a lawyer, like a doctor. I think of us as priests, and because we reach deep into the soul of the universe, so to speak, and we create. And I think that is where you'll say, for example, Alex Mukuru is a genius, absolute genius. If you listen to I never really became friends with him because I was in school when he came back, but he was Alex's friend and Hope's friend, Hope Mukasa. Fide, absolute genius. They captured things and managed to translate them so that other people would see them. There was always message in what they were saying. And we are losing that. But we are priests in that sense of creativity. And birthing or creating is a painful process sometimes. It's I mean, I can equate it to a woman giving birth to a child. It is a painful process, but at the end of it, the joy of what you have done is amazing. I can give another example. Like, because I was a teacher once, if you teach a class and after 40 minutes, the last 10 minutes is where you're doing a review and you ask a question and all hands go up, you know you have achieved something. That same feeling is the same one that a musician will have on stage and they get a standing ovation. And if people wonder why teachers will do their job and for example, because they're not reaping financially, they are reaping deep down in their soul. And real true artists and musicians are like that. It's exactly the same thing. And I've been lucky to walk both ways. I think what is happening now also that is a real challenge is I think the world is running out of content. I mean, there's nothing new to write about. There's people still, I mean, even what a lot of people are doing is twisting plots and changing this and changing that. But we are coming to an age universally that we are going to run out of new ideas. I would have thought, I mean, that's why I think at certain points we started to go into space, Star Wars and stuff and stuff and stuff. But there's nothing much there anymore. It's the same old story that's being retold. Or just maybe the world is coming to an end in its sense, or to a new birth, because the human being is resilient. I also think the human being is like a virus on this planet. Like, and I have a song about that. I mean, we are the only species that destroy our own space. And now we are, I mean, if you think about, we are reaching to Mars now to try and colonize those places because we are destroying our own. The amount of money used to go up there can reverse things that are happening here. But then again, that's me and my mind running away with me. We need to move with hope, with resilience. We need to balance a lot between creativity and looking for money, for fame and fortune. We need to revisit who we are as human beings, be it music, be it movies, be it painting, be it photography. And that's the only way we can change the world for the better. If anybody asked me, the sort of advice I would want to give, especially the young people, is to be real, to be true to yourself, to be true to the art, to what you're doing. And being true means if you're going to sing about say Uganda, go and do your research, go and read about it, find out about it, and then look deep inside yourself and write that which you see from your point of view. That is how creative we must get. It's the only way I think art will not be deformed. But now we have a lot of young people who, without any training, they jump onto that. But we also have a challenge with our audiences, and this I lay the blame squarely on the media, and especially radio. Radios are there to make money, I understand that. But they are the ones, it became a vicious cycle. They are the ones who put it out to the audiences, and the audiences believe that that's all there is to it. And most of what they are putting out is stuff that people like to listen to in bars and stuff, and when you're drunk, and that is not absolutely very fine as art. It is good. I mean, if I am in a bar, I'd like to be listening to bang bang bang. But if I am going to change society as an artist, or comment, I would like to have a channel through which my audience can grow with a message. With a message. Some people have perfected that. I think it's Dr. Hildeman. He's a prolific songwriter. But you see, in the same breath, he went into politics. These people I've worked with, like Angela Karule, a beautiful voice, very good at jazz and stuff. And she went pop because, yes, we have to put food on the table, which is understandable. But we need to find a line through which we navigate to overcome these challenges. Then one of the other challenges we have, again related to that, is that we are having a lot of people who are in the industry, so to speak, who have who are not artists. They're just hyenas or birds of prey, and they come and derail young people and come up with all these things. We are your managers. We are this, and that is why you find the chaos that we've had with at the National Theatre and stuff, because those people are very dangerous. Yes, they will help some artists achieve fame and fortune, but one of the reasons most of those artists are very unhappy off stage is because they are not satisfying that which was gifted to them. To I think we need to change how that direction is. I want to thank my little brother. He has like 100 names: Ham, Shaka, Winston, Mayanja, whatever. He's doing a good job in trying to keep a semblance of the journey on the straight path. I think he's doing a good job. And the other thing that is very important to deal with challenges is something I learned from Eddie Wamala and Moses Matovo especially. Every 10 words Moses is telling you, there will be the word discipline. Discipline. It's absolutely important. On and off stage. One of the challenges we have with young people is they're very indisciplined. They're very indisciplined. The other challenge we have, because again, the way the music is being run and directed by the media, is that now people's span of attention is so small that a beautiful song will come and go through on a wave and disappear and never be heard of again. And that affects us, the artists. But then again, we must do music that is real so that it lasts, like Eddie Wamala, like Fide, like Afrigo. But we are not looking. Our young people are not looking at that anymore. They want quick stuff. But Abaganda tugamba nti bugu bugu si muliro, and that's it will burn out, and maybe one day it will come back the way the afros came back, the way the beards came back. I don't like people with beards, by the way. I think it's that I think is a part of the challenge, the fame and fortune thing. The fame and that is where all this the battles are coming from. I think that's wrong. That is those voices that are not artists that are now driving you to try and be like the other people. I think that's wrong. Always my biggest and strongest advice to artists is be real, be true, be true to yourself and to your audience, have discipline. And once you do that, and it will filter into your creativity, and things will fall your way, one way or another. Thank you.